My friends, in today's gospel, we heard about the concept of divorce. The gospel speaks about divorce. And a Pharisee comes to Jesus with a loaded question. And he asks Jesus, is it lawful to divorce a wife or a woman? And the short answer is no. Because in the Catholic tradition, there is no concept of divorce. However, couples do get separated to the process of annulment, a rather lengthy process. So let me walk through you to the gospel today. Jesus is traveling to Judea, beyond the river Jordan, and a massive crowd is following Jesus. Why they are following? Because they want to listen to Jesus. They enjoy listening to Jesus because Jesus is speaking with authority, unlike the Pharisees. And among the crowd, there is a small group of people, a group of Pharisees. And they also following Jesus, not with good intentions, but with bad intentions. Not to listen to Jesus, but to test him. And this group of Pharisees, they are very cunning. Why I say cunning? Because they always use the classic banana peel. Now, they just throw the banana peel so that Jesus might slip and they might take the authority from him. And then a Pharisee approaches Jesus and puts forward this question. Is it lawful to divorce a woman? And then Jesus asked him, what did Moses command you? And then the Pharisee points to the place in the law that says, it is lawful for a husband to release his wife. Moses permitted to write a certificate of divorce and dismiss her. And then Jesus replies, it was because of your hardness of heart that he wrote this rule for you. My friends, we need to understand this passage. The passage that Pharisees quoted speaks of the technicalities of adultery on the part of a man who attempts to remarry his wife after publicly divorcing her. It also shows protection for the woman to have a legal document in her hand to secure her status in society. And in the ancient culture, divorce is not between the two individuals, but it was between families. And if there was any bitterness or misunderstanding between the couple, the man could release himself from this bond. And therefore, Jesus is against to his disciples at the end of the gospel. He tells to them the fullness of marriage. And whenever we find crisis, problems, misunderstanding in our own marital life, please do not seek to end the marriage, but to seek to strengthen the marriage. And Pope Francis gives us some practical tools how I can strengthen my marriage in every day. First of all, he says pray. Pray to one another. What happens when you pray to one another? Your marital bond becomes strong and active. Second, he said listen and dialogue. Listen to one another and dialogue. Most of the time we debate. We debate with each other. But Pope Francis says, listen to one another and dialogue. If you have any problems, you dialogue and solve the problem. Thirdly, he says, making peace. Pope Francis acknowledges that there are problems in a marital life. There are problems due to children's education, due to misunderstanding, due to lack of money. There are problems. But he says, make peace at the end of the day. make peace with each other. And finally, he says, one of the way to strengthen the marriage is by using the 3 magical words: please, sorry, and thank you. And if we follow these elements, follow these tips, practical tips, I'm sure you will see lots of growth, lots of goodness, lots of love and happiness in your own marital life. Amen.